Hello guys, welcome once again to my channel. Okay, now today I'm going to be going deep to special things that you need to build love, peace, and respect in your home as a mom. Now, this tips is not just about mom, but this series is focusing on mother and child. So it's always look like I'm talking to more of the mothers. Okay, what is that thing that you could do to build love and respect in your home? First, teach your children to respect one another. Whether you are older or you are younger, respect must be known. Yes. Now, right from when they are still very much little, you must build a place of respecting one another. You don't give anyone credit for a misconduct, expecting that it must be understood. Build a house where every one of them respects one another. Every one of them is intentional. This one has something to say, this person has something to say, this person has something in his or her mind. So from the environment you gave them growing up, there was a place of respecting each other's views, each other's feelings, each other's emotions. They respected it. They knew that, okay, I'm supposed to understand her even though she's younger. I'm supposed to understand him even though he's older. He's not being autocratic. You know, there is this knowledge of understanding one another, respecting one another, right from the time that they were small. If you follow this series, you see that the first episode was just talking about a mother that just have a tender home, a home that you still have children within the ages of 3, 4, 5, 6 to 8 years old. Most of these things are embedded in the children at this early phase. So if at this early phase, when they are just very tender, you begin to build in their hearts the place of understanding one another, that we have feelings, we feel the same way, there are things that we ought to know about one another, and we need to respect those ideas. So right from for instance, you have your child, and probably the elderly one did something that was out of place. And then you didn't just give credit for just the fact that you did this thing, and maybe you embarrassed that child in front of the younger one. If my child, for instance, now maybe she yells at her younger brother, I'll be like, is it him that you want to use to prove that you're an auntie? Why I keep making those in between statements is to make her understand that there's no autocratic rule here. You are older, but you must respect this young man. He has his own views. So, in the same way, as you're raising your children, try to build that respect, that understanding in them from a very tender age. Try to make them know that everyone has their own weaknesses and their strengths, and we need to work together to help one another. Therefore, respect one another. Number two, this might sound awkward to some parents, but it is also advisable to let your home have age range respect, whereby the elderly one and the younger one can identify, this is my elder brother or this is my elder sister, and there's some respect I should accord to them for the fact that they are older. I know that the system now is teaching us to eliminate those things from our homes, but it's not good, because those things serve in putting the family in order. If it doesn't serve now, it will serve in the nearest future if it becomes the system. Like when I was about to get married, one thing my husband told me is that after he has discussed with my father, that if there's one person my father would ever listen to or obey, is his older brother, and that is the truth. If my husband, in the short time he stayed with my dad before his death, could be able to understand the kind of respect he had for his older brother, that means it was already a life for him. And it didn't start when he was 30, 40. No, it was a system from when they were young. So The system is built for them to respect one another, but it's also a system whereby we understand that this person is older, we understand that this person is young. So the system of respecting one another makes them know that okay, he's older than me, but he's not getting it right now. So I'm going to take the right step. I'm going to take this measure. But then the system of acknowledging that this person is older also helps in case each person is going astray. The older one can call his or her attention, and she or he will be patient to wait and come back. I remember when I was in SS3, and then there was this guy that was asking me out. What made me to go back to my older brother to ask questions is that I've come to trust him as a big brother, and I understand his place. But some people don't even know the place of who should come first and who should come last. Because if you train your children with the way that they they are intelligent, they are smart, they are connected to one another, you would observe that they will begin to help one another. You're not going to be the one to suffer in any way. You're not losing in any way. You are gaining if there is respect in your home between your children. So it is your duty when they are still tender to make this one understand that she's older and you need to accord her the respect due to her. Or you need to accord him the respect due to him. If you remove it when they are younger, it will be difficult to establish it when they are older. So place that in that system in your home and build on it whereby none abuses his or her own office. What you would have a better result in your home. If you think that this is awkward, ask from older people that you've known around you who maintain a system like this. And another beauty of this system is that it draws back attention. This system makes you know that my big bro shouldn't be doing this, so my big sis shouldn't be doing this. There's this picture of your big sis in your mind, which is you don't even expect that. How can I say this is my big sister? How can I say this is my big brother? Because their attitude, what they're displaying, or where they are at that phase of their life, is not even giving you any joy. So you will be intentional to want to call them to honor, not just because they're your brother, but because you have an image of a big sister or a big brother in your mind already. So you want them to come back so that they can just maintain that stature. Whenever you step out and you're like, this is my big sis, of course you will be proud to say this is my big sis. She's successful, she's happy, she's peaceful, she's happily married, or anything at all, or she's doing well in her academic field or in her career. You could gladly say this is my big sis. If she was an addict, you will not have that mind to say this is my big sis. You can say this is my sister. But what gives you that picture, that thing that boosts your morale is when she's getting it right. So if the big sis is also built in a family, I'm telling you from experience, because of that big sis, something happened with my sister much when we were much younger, and I called her one day. I was like, I cannot come to you for advice with the state you are in. And why I cannot come to you for advice is because the things I'm seeing you doing now makes me ask myself, is this the big sis I knew when we were growing up? The result that you're giving now is not giving joy. Look at this thing, look at this thing, look at this thing. Sis, please work on these things. I believe that you can do better. I know that you have power, and I know the kind of woman that you are. And by God's grace, you can step up your game. I want to be proud whenever I see you to say that's my big sis. I could remember my words to her that night where we stood and we were discussing. It was in the Christmas season. So why am I saying these things is the system has been built in my home, and so I am conscious of it. Build that system in your home today and see a difference in your home. Thank you.